Hello, Tim here. Welcome to my channel. Thought I'd start out with something completely different today. This is a crazy wood corner, and one of the things I do in my shop besides woodworking is I play music in here, and sometimes I'm with other people. I'll have a little jam session. So this instrument here is a dobro, and it's an acoustic steel guitar. And a steel guitar is really any guitar where the strings are raised up above the fingerboard. And this one happens to be a square neck. It cannot be played this way, not very easily. And it's played with a steel bar like this. And that's why it's called a steel guitar. It's because of the steel bar. And a little background of steel playing. It originated over 100 years ago in Hawaii, so the story goes. The Spanish left the guitars there, and the Hawaiians tuned them to open tuning and kind of fool around with some open tuning. So when you strum a steel guitar, this one happens to be an open G tuning, and it's become quite popular in the 1920s or so. It was hugely popular. Hawaiian music was, and it was all played on an acoustic steel guitar. In the 1930s, 34, somewhere in there, electric pickup was added to the guitar, and they were electrified, and they've been that way ever since. They've since added pedals to the guitar and tunings and all kinds of things, and you hear it in country music primarily, but I've heard it in jazz and other types of music, but they're all played the same way with a steel bar, and that moves up and down the strings like a movable fret. And I have some woods that I thought were pretty interesting, and they're small pieces of wood. This one happens to be ebony, and I'm not sure what type of ebony it is. And this I bought was called blackwood. Now blackwood is used for making clarinets, and maybe bagpipes, chanters. And this other wood is snakewood. And snakewood is very expensive. It's very hard. They're both fairly hard. This is the hardest wood I've ever worked, and it's from Australia. Both these woods, though, this one I think is from Africa. It's probably Gaboon ebony. It's an endangered species, so it's not easily obtainable. And there's a lot of dark woods that are sold as ebony, and there's other woods that are dyed to look like ebony. It's a very popular accent color, but this particular piece I acquired some years ago, and I purchased this snakewood more recently, and I'll give you a link to where you can get this if you wanted to make what I'm going to show you or something like it out of snakewood. It's not cheap though, and it comes in small pieces. Both of these species of wood are used in making musical instruments. Snakewood is from Australia, and it's used for violin bows. It's used for the frog type part of the violin, particularly maybe knife handles or pistol grips or something like that. It uses accent pieces in fancy woodworking or inlay. It's called snakewood because it looks like the skin of a snake. Ebony is used like they're the black keys on the piano traditionally, and fingerboards and guitars, and the pegs on fiddles. And it's used a lot in accent pieces, and it creates quite a dramatic effect. So with all that as background, what I opened with was playing a little lick with my ebony bar, this tone bar. Now this is the steel one. I made it the same size, and this is my snakewood one. I'm going to throw out a question. Tell me which one you think sounds the best. I opened with this one. I'm going to play it again with ebony, snakewood, and then how it usually sounds with the steel bar. And there's all different types of bars. They make them out of different materials too, ceramic and brass and different things. I play with what's called a bullet steel, and it's the traditional steel bar for those of you that are interested in steel playing. I was hoping to become the first wood player, so if it sticks, maybe I'll do more of them. But you tell me if you can tell a difference in the sound. So here's again just a lick with the ebony bar. That's ebony, now the snakewood. And the steel one. Now you can tell the steel has more sustain than the wood. But tell me what you think. And that's it for today's Crazy Wood Corner, the ebony and the snakewood. And I've linked below a database. If you're interested in looking at what snakewood is, where it comes from, more about it, you can check that out. But if you would, give it a thumbs up. And thanks for watching. And please subscribe. And we'll see you next time.